Roanoke, Virginia. I moved here to Roanoke when I was 11 years old. We lived in South Charleston, West Virginia, on a naval installation, which was the community in which we lived was in conjunction with what was known as the United States Naval Ordnance Plant. And there's a big plant there, and they fabricated metal armor to go on battleships and other big ships. And my father died when I was about 8.5 years old. And my mother didn't like it in West Virginia too well. She liked the people, but she didn't like the environment with the chemical plants and so forth, and the scenery. And so she wanted to get back to Virginia to be near her relatives, her aunts and uncles. So she moved us back here. I first saw her, she and I both were working for a department store downtown. I was going to school in North Carolina. And in the summer, I had a job working in the men's department in Leggett's department store on the first floor. And she worked in the piece goods department down in the basement. And I saw her a time or two, and I said to myself, she's a pretty girl, but I don't know, I never did try to meet her or anything. And then I met her again some years later at Youth for Christ, and I wasn't too much interested in it. And I started dating her, though, later, and I wrote in my diary something like this: I've been dating a girl named Eleanor Musselman. Very nice girl, but definitely not for me. But as I got to know her better, I got to love her. And that love grew and grew and grew. And so we got married, and the Lord blessed us with two wonderful daughters. She was intelligent, she was pretty, and she was kind of quiet. And then she got a little louder. But anyway, that's about it, I guess. Well, it's hard to define in a way, but I think the place to start is with the teachings of Scriptures, which says that God is love. It's sacrificial. If you have true love, you're willing to sacrifice for the ones you love. It made me realize the responsibility I had of helping my wife, taking care of her when necessary, and also in my children as they came along. Then we realize our responsibility is to sacrifice whatever we need or should do for our loved ones, especially our wives, and then of course our children and grandchildren for that matter.